Welcome to Ope, I Found a Weird Show. I'm Laura.
I'm Beanz.
And I'm Lauren.
We are continuing our recap of season 1 of the TV show From. And today we have episode 7, All Good Things. This episode started out at Colony House. They are setting up a party for Fatima's arrival day. This is clearly upsetting Ellis as he's already started drinking, like pretty heavily, very early. Julie and Fatima are talking about it upstairs, about the party, not Ellis. And Julie thinks it's weird to celebrate the day you got stuck here, but Fatima says that she's looking at it wrong. It's about celebrating survival. Plus, parties are fun. Fatima digs out her favorite sweater that she's hiding from Trudy so that she can wear it tonight. Plus, it's Ellis's favorite. And Julie tells Fatima that she makes this place feel almost like normal and that she's really special. And Fatima's like, all like, nah, we're all special, even Trudy. And then Julie's all like, that's something a special person would say. Like, it's such a weird scene to me.
It's everybody's special. Rainbows, unicorns, everyone's happy.
So it's not a weird scene to me, just because of what I've said about Fatima in the past.
Yeah.
That's not weird to me at all for Julie to be receptive to her like that. But
Yeah, no, that's fair, and I think it's, like,
it's not a
okay.
normal situation.
No. No, and I do think I mean, like, even later, Donna's like, "You're special," and, like, I get that, like, you know, when you do have, like, a positive person and all that stuff, like, yeah, you kind of wanna but it felt weird.
100% Fatima is special. Despite my feelings for her as a character, she is.
Agree with that.
Um
Yeah.
She is very positive, and she is kind of a little beacon of light in this demon land darkness. Don't get me wrong. Despite of how I feel about her as a character, she is special.
I think
Yeah.
she just has a way with people, which is necessary because a lot of these people are just kind of like going insane. But like, I think she does a good job of getting to them and
Yes.
just like calming them down.
Mhm.
It's fair. No, that's yeah, I do agree with you guys, even though, like, she is not my favorite character.
Oh, still
No.
agree with that. Completely agree with that.
I
Like,
I know she's supposed to
no.
be, like, a very likable character like that, but I'm like, I would rather bring me the trauma-filled people.
Right.
and
I
she is
know
trauma
I'm
filled.
supposed to like her.
True.
I know I'm supposed to, but maybe it's because they're trying so hard to make a likable character, it makes me not like her.
I can agree with that
Yeah.
too, because it does feel like, here's this shiny person, love her. Like, and instead I'm like, I want someone to commiserate with. I'm gonna be out there with Jade just going insane.
Right?
Right? Right? I'll climb that tree for you, sir.
Yeah, I'll climb
So
the
I'm scared of
tree,
heights, but
watch you
I'd do
run
it.
off. I probably wouldn't chase him into the woods though. I'd be like, he's going through something. I'll let him deal with that.
He's fine.
No, I'm not climbing that tree, but I can tell you what, I'll talk somebody else into it.
You
Uh,
would. You so would.
You'd talk me or Lauren into it.
But she wouldn't
yeah,
need to. She would just be
absolutely.
like, tree, and I'd be like, climb?
Yeah,
Climb tree?
that tree and be like, "Look, here's the deal. I'm klutzy, and I'm gonna fall out of that tree. I'm not climbing that tree. Somebody much, much smarter and more agile and more just like who isn't gonna step on the branch that is immediately gonna bring them doom, they should climb the tree."
See, I don't fit any of that criteria, but I'll still do it because
I
why
appreciate that.
not?
Look, I'm agile as fuck. Just send me up there.
Look, Beanz, you're in. Uh, okay, so Ellis comes in and asks them if they want a pregame. But Fatima is a bit worried that he's drinking so early. And you know, Fatima, he's kind of like, you guys are party poopers. And then Fatima tells Julie that nights like this are tough for some people because as much as it celebrates or it's a celebration for the ones who made it, it's also a reminder of the ones who didn't. So Ellis is down it because he's like, Victor, let's get drunk. He goes down to the kitchen and Victor's down there and he's trying to get him to drink too. You know, he deserves one after being here so long. Victor's like, leave me alone.
I just love that, like,
Victor's
he's
like,
like,
give me my peaches.
but like,
Yeah.
also I love that Ellis is just like a drinking buddy. Yeah, Victor's who I choose for this because what?
He
Yeah, there's a lot of people in that house, and you chose Victor.
Yeah, like, out of
Uh,
everyone, Victor? Really? You sure about that?
That's a
I wanna
choice.
know, has Victor ever had alcohol? And what would he
gotta
be like
imagine.
drunk?
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I was gonna say I gotta imagine he has, but he might
Maybe he
not.
hasn't, and this is why Alice is going to him. He's like, "I wanna see Victor drunk. Tonight's the night."
That's
Oh?
right. Drunk person logic. Uh, Donna calls into the calls for Ellis, and he's like, "You wanna do a shot?" She turns him down. See, and he walks off. And then Victor tells Donna there are no more peaches. And Donna says, "Yeah, they're all out." She thought she had some, but they're in the basement, but they're all gone. Victor gets pretty upset because all of these years, that is one of the things that never changed. There have always been peaches. So, again, which is such a weird thing because, like, those are canned peaches, so where are
Right.
they coming from?
Right, I wanna know, like, is it just that they've had this, like, massive store of peaches and it just hasn't run out before? Or, like, have they always had the same number of peach cans and it's just now they're not being replenished? Like, I need more info on that. Like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I need the inventory listing, thank you.
Yeah, who's doing inventory? We need the spreadsheets.
Yeah, because it's something really weird. Because I mean, yes, they are growing their own food, they've got the animals who are out, that they've got at the barn and stuff like that, but there are things there that shouldn't be there, and should have been gone by now, so, like, where are they magically appearing from? So another weird thing about Demonland. And then, out on the porch, Kevin or Sam, is putting more flowers on the railing for his monster girlfriend, before going inside. Que sera, sera. So
How could you, like, be attracted to, like, I don't care how lonely you are, how could you be attracted to something you know wants to eat you? I'm
Especially if
sorry.
you're in a house with people who are DTF all the time.
Right!
Like,
This one confuses me.
how
yeah,
bad do you have to be that people in the colony house don't wanna sleep with you?
Yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly.
Excuse
Sorry.
me, you can't get it from Trudy? Come on.
I excuse me?
Yeah. No, and that's it's one of those things. I don't know, that is such a weird choice too, for that. Yeah, I don't to each their own, I guess, but, like,
I mean
not the choice a sane person would make.
I mean, the monster that he is talking to is very beautiful.
Yeah, she is. She do be cute.
She do be cute, but still a monster.
Yeah, and there are
Yes.
lots of other cute people
Right.
around.
Right.
Trudy's not ugly.
No,
No.
Trudy's gorgeous.
Most of the people in this town are beautiful. I don't understand how that
Mhm.
works, but it does.
In the town only. It's like there's ugly people at the tree, and it's like, "You may pass."
Right.
Could you imagine if it was like a weird, like, bubble, like a phase through bubble, like, you're just riding with your friends and, like, you're all, like, in a camper or whatever, and, like, you just turn and, like, suddenly Sean is gone, and you're like, "Where's Sean? Where did he go?" And he's just, like, sitting in the middle of the road going, "Where did the RV go?"
God,
Oh, only
self-esteem
the
issues for
beautiful
life.
allowed. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Like, "Wait, you didn't want
Wait,
Demonland,
let
you
me
didn't
in.
want me?"
Let me in. I just don't have makeup on. I promise. I'm pretty.
So, we're back to town, and Boyd is walking down the street ringing his bell. There's a sweet moment with Tabitha reading to a sleeping Ethan on the couch before she gets up to put the curtains down. Kenny is knocking on Jade's door to call him down for dinner. He goes in and finds Jade drawing the symbol on a book, that he was reading, and yells at him for it. "You don't have to write on my book." And he's like, "There isn't any other paper." And then he asks if he wants him to write on the wall like a psychopath. Shots fired, Jim.
Right, like, he knows Jim's been writing on the walls, so, like,
Yeah,
what are you saying?
you barged into that house more than once. You know what's on those walls.
Literally, just barged in there, like, was it earlier that day, or was it
Yeah,
yesterday
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think it's the
it's
same
at
day.
least yeah, it's
There's no way
relatively
he didn't
close.
see it.
Yeah, no, he's just like yeah, shots fired. Um, Boyd finds Father Khatri on the steps of the post office. The father tells him they need to talk, and Boyd tells him to come back in the morning, but Father Khatri insists that this is important. So Boyd says, "Guess we're having a sleepover then," and they head in. Father Khatri sees all of Boyd's supplies for the trip and looks like they have more to talk about than he thought. So we go back to the Matthews house, and Jim is sketching out the antenna to try to get the radio working. Tabitha and Jim talk about how they're worried about the kids, different things going on. Ethan, because of all he's gone through already, like that boy hasn't had a day off. Uh,
Literally. Freaking kidnapped into the woods, then almost murdered,
metal bar through the
I was
leg.
gonna
metal
say he
bar through the
started off with a
leg.
car crash.
Yeah. No, Ethan has had it rough. No wonder this place is trying to be nice to him with the little boy in white. It's like, you know what? You need a
You
break
know what?
somewhere.
I did traumatize you a whole lot more than the rest.
Yeah. And then, of course, Julie, because she isn't with them and she's up at Colony House with all those people. Fair. Uh, and Jim tries to reassure her, and they talk about the antenna a bit. The plan is to build it up on the high ground at Colony House if Boyd and Donna will agree, but they need a lot of material and people to help with it. He says it should be promising enough for everyone to hate him when it fails. Tabitha Yeah, I know. It's one of those like, yeah, but you gotta try, right?
Right.
So Tabitha reassures him this time that, he or that the last time he got a signal and he pushes back that it was static and he isn't sure this will work. And Tabitha's like, well, if that doesn't work, at least we got this giant hole in the basement I'm digging. So back at Colony House, uh, Ellis is pretty drunk. Like he's just been drinking all damn day. And Fatima asks him to slow down a bit, and he tells her not to worry. And then Donna comes up and gives a speech about how much Fatima means to her and how she has made this place better by being amazing and making this place feel a bit more like home and growing some good weed.
Mhm.
I think this was the point where I was like, "Oh, she might die tonight," because they're just like, "Oh, like, you've survived so long, like, congrats," and I was like, "Is this, like, one of those things where it's like, yeah, she's made it this long just to die on her 1-year survive-versary?"
Right, because she's so special, and how would that affect so many people if she
Yeah.
died? Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
just
Yeah, I
also
felt
get it.
yeah.
remember we had made comments like, I don't know if I'd trust this many drunk people in a
Yeah.
world where you have to keep everything locked at night."
This is why I'm not living in the colony house. This is why I'm
Exactly.
pulling a Sheriff Boyd and Imma be in a place by myself.
Exactly.
I don't trust nobody.
Well, and I gotta say that it's not even just drunk people, like, there's so many people in general who could do anything. You
But
don't
now
know all
you've
these
added
people.
alcohol into the mix. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
E
I don't know, I
Even the
said I
people
would
you
like to be
might
drunk
trust
at
a
night
little.
because that way I just can go into an interior room with no windows and
And your own
enjoy
talisman.
yes, with my own talisman and just get drunk, not think about anything, go to sleep, wake up, everything's cool. Or I die, but I'm too
Yeah,
drunk to know what's happening. You know? Either way,
fair.
I'll take it.
And Donna also made Fatima a really cute little dream catcher, and it is a very sweet moment. After that, after she goes and hugs Donna, and then Donna's like, "It all right, go drink more, people." Uh, after she walks away, this lady walks up and tells her happy anniversary, and they share a pretty passionate kiss. And Julie sees this and gets super awkward before walking away.
I mean, valid. I would have felt the same way.
Yeah, fair. Like that is like, oh, I would not
Be
what I
like,
was
wow.
expecting. And Julie is like 15.
Is she 15? I thought she said she was 17.
No, I think she's only like 15. I mean, maybe
Oh,
she's yeah, so she's like full teenage girl hormone nightmare of like, what are
yikes.
these
Yeah.
emotions that I'm feeling?
I remember being 15 decades ago.
Right, yeah.
It
I was a nightmare.
was an unsure time.
Uh, Not about like feelings like that, but man, I was the most sarcastic little shit. My mother, oh, she hated me. But yeah, 15 is a rough age for a young lady.
Yeah.
And ill-fated crush. So back with Boyd and Father Kotry. Boyd has told him the plan to go into the forest, and it's Father Cautry's turn to talk. He gives Boyd the bag he buried that we saw at the end of last episode and has Boyd look into it. And he pulls out the booze and he pulls out the bloody shirt and he freaks out a bit at that one. He's like, "Is this your blood?" And then Father Cautry tells him to pull out the last item, and he's very confused why he should give a fuck about a candy bar. Uh,
Because it's
Father
candy,
Cautry,
you're welcome, no one's had candy for a while, that's all that matters. I would
right?
be
Yeah.
thrilled. I'd be like, "Blood? What? No, candy."
Well, that's what he did say with the booze, "You been holding out on me?"
Yes.
It's like, "Good booze? Shit." Uh, but Kadri tells him that, they've never really talked about who they were before here. He tells Boyd, this story, about this young boy in his congregation. The boy was very quiet, the parents were quite strict. One day, the little boy was hanging out outside the rectory, and this wasn't normal for the boy. But Father Cautry was busy getting ready for evening mass and didn't really have time for him. He could feel something was off, and the boy was upset. But, instead of stopping to address that, he gave the boy a candy bar and sent him home. So later that evening, he, was still feeling that something wasn't normal. So he, or right with the boy. So he, went to their house to check on it, which is was not his thing. Like he didn't really make house calls and stuff. But when he got there, the mother ran out of the house hysterical. He entered the house and he could smell the booze. And the dad was just standing there with like a dumbfound look on his face, yelling, "Get up." And so Father Cautry walked over and saw the boy lying on the ground broken, his neck bulging in a weird way, and he could see the candy bar that he had given him in his pocket. And the dad says, "He'll be fine." And Father Cautry loses it. He starts beating the shit out of him.
Justified reaction.
Yeah, yeah, and he even said, he's like, "I continued hitting him even though I could feel the bones in my hands breaking." Like, he had lost it, and, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm with you, Father Cautry.
Same.
Yeah. So, he let the boy he loses in our real time, not the story anymore, he loses it a bit, and he feels so awful because he let this boy down when he should have listened to him. And so the next thing he remembers was that he was standing on a bridge with that bottle of alcohol in his hand. And for the first time ever in his life, he heard the voice of God telling him there's another path for him to follow and to get back in the car. And then about 2 hours later, he was in town. So he was, he was in a bad emotional state, which is interesting to one of the points that I think it was Beanz brought up before about people being emotionally vulnerable and then getting trapped here. People being in a certain mental state and then being trapped here.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was
So,
definitely feeling failure. Uh, when he was telling the story, he was like, "Yeah, I am responsible for my congregation. I was supposed to be protecting this boy, and I sent him into danger instead of listening
yeah.
when that's all he needed." So, like, yeah, he's definitely in a very vulnerable spot when he saw the tree. And I think a lot of the people that we've seen, maybe not Jade so much, but most of the others have been like in spots where they're feeling guilty or like feeling like they've failed at something when they
Yeah.
find the
W-
tree.
Well, and I do think too, it might be a sense of hopelessness too, because realistically, Sarah and Nathan, when they were coming, Nathan was picking up Sarah to take her home from like a really bad relationship.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a feeling of hopelessness too, because Jade was also, he just sold his company, so he was rich and stuff, but I also think he felt a bit out of sorts
Lost.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it even something
Like a
good
lost feeling.
can be like make you feel like you've lost your purpose if you had worked on something so long. Yeah, I could see that.
So Boyd asks him, "Why are you telling me this now?" And Father Cottrey goes, "'Cause I have Sarah tied up in the basement of the church."
He says it so deadpan. I was like, "Oh, shit. That's one way of breaking the news."
It's just like, God damn. And then Boyd pulls his gun on him.
This was just, like, an insane reaction to be like, "Oh, that gun." Like, what?
Yeah. It's like, okay. Well, and I mean, I wonder if he's like, "Are you losing it? Like, what's going on?" But he's also mad at Father Cowdery because he pushed him for Frank to go in the box, but
Yeah,
Sarah, who has done a lot worse, like, of the 2 crimes.
atrocious things.
And I think that's why I was, like, surprised by his reaction because it wasn't like, "Oh my god, you're dangerous. You have a girl locked in your basement." It was a, "You made me put this guy in the box, and I wanted to put that girl in the box, and you decided to keep her in your basement instead." It was more of just like a, "We should have killed her, and you didn't." Like,
Yeah,
it was just a weird moral quandary for, why are we pointing the gun? What's your reasoning?
right.
Right.
It was a bit Boyd, it was a bit of an overreaction. Just gonna say, "What you gonna do, shoot him in there? There's all these windows, you're gonna let the demon people in?" Like, "Nah, you're not gonna shoot him, put the gun away."
Yeah,
Put it
what are you
away.
doing?
But, Cotry kinda turns or Father Cotry turns around and he's, like, shocked to see the gun. Um, and, he tells him, "Well, she may be the key to get them all home," and Boyd says, "You better keep talking."
Which, like, fair though.
Yeah, yeah, he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm pissed. I'm showing you I'm angry
It's
right
just
now."
I think it's so funny because he's like, "You better keep talking." Like, he wasn't gonna stop talking. Like, he was in the
Right?
middle of a story and you pulled a gun. So, like, what are you oh goodness, the
Oh,
men in this
Boyd.
show, I'm just like, "Oh, good
Yeah,
god."
some of the men make real
You
choices.
know
I
what? The men have really big feelings, and they just need to work through
They don't
those.
know how to
That's true.
express their big feelings, and
That
they
is
should work on
true.
Exactly.
that. When's the therapist getting to town?
Yeah, you know who they need a really bad yeah, they need can we get a therapist in here? Uh, so then we're back at Colony House, and Kevin the incel goes to talk to his monster
The
girlfriend.
ins
He is the epitome of the lonely male epidemic, and he's gonna make it everybody's problem.
So, his girlfriend is all like, "We gotta break up because 'cause you're scared of me."
Oh.
And yeah, oh.
Yeah, well, fair.
Honestly, like, I'm on her side in this because, like, how can you have a relationship if he won't even open a window for you?
Yeah,
Right? But here's my thing, like, if as if putting myself into Kevin's headspace, if I was, like, talking to my monster girlfriend and she's like, "I wanna see you," and, "We have to do this," I'd be like, "Cool, okay. If that's, like, our only option, then I'm just not gonna come into the house tomorrow, and then, like, I'll be out at this location."
No, but it's
yeah.
different because there's a very huge difference between letting one monster that you trust in and going outside where all the monsters that you don't trust
Yeah,
are.
but I'm gonna hide in, like, a super secret location that only she would know,
Mhm.
Okay,
and then I won't, like, get all my other friends murdered.
he doesn't care about those people.
That's true. Kevin does not. He just cares about this lovely lady out the window.
Yeah, he talks about how he doesn't fit in. They don't know him like she does. Yeah, he does not
Yeah.
give a shit about them.
There's a whole party going on downstairs, and I don't wanna talk to any of them. I just wanna talk to you.
It's
Uh,
because Ellis didn't offer him any booze.
true. If
You
only
know what?
Ellis woulda
It's
got him
Alice's
drunk.
fault.
Ellis, you fucked up.
But she's like, I have to say goodbye because you won't let me in." And he's like, "I can't because of all the other people." And she talks his dumb ass into opening the window so she can come in. She promises that only she will come in, and he starts to pull up the nails. So back downstairs, Ellis is in the kitchen with a bunch of other people. One of the older guys there is talking about dimensions and how this is a pocket universe, and Beans was like, "That's my people."
That's my
And
boy.
I also wanna say during this scene and every scene going forward, my eyes are focused on the background of these scenes, waiting to see her from like, she's coming through the window. I'm waiting to see her come in and just start murdering people in the background while people are drinking. I'm, like, focused on nothing people are saying. That's all I can look at.
Nice. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. You know a window is being opened,
Yeah, and I
like,
just expect her
explain
to
to
start
me.
stealth murdering people. I don't know why I thought it would be stealth murder, but that's what I was thinking.
They coulda killed so many more people that way.
Right.
They could've.
But, Ellis makes a comment that it's all bullshit, and the guy tells him to have another drink, and Ellis gets in his face and knocks the bottle out of his hand. Fatima comes in to try to calm things down, and the old guy says, "Take him upstairs before he starts shooting up the place," which is like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's a choice."
Yeah, no, he threw a comment about his mom in there
Yeah, that's
too.
coming up, that's coming up.
Oh, oops.
So no, you're all good. So, Ellis gets pissed off though, because like, clearly shooting up the place affects him. So he goes to punch the guy, when Donna comes in and breaks it up, and Ellis goes, says he's gonna go upstairs to lay down, and the old guy says, "He's an animal just like his mother." And Donna punches this asshole in the face and says, "Get him out of my sight."
We love Donna. Love
We
her.
do
Mhm.
love Donna.
But that whole, like, interaction, clearly the shooting people up and his mother being an animal, those things are probably tied together. So,
Yes.
I can only assume that something happened where she either, like, went crazy and ended up shooting people, or I just, like, I don't know how to tie what we've heard about his mom from, like, Boyd at the grave, like, talking to her about how she was the strong one, always made the hard decisions, and then this, because it doesn't sound like she would have been someone who would have just, like, killed people for no reason.
Feel like there is some lore behind that
Well,
situation
and I have a theory.
because of what Boyd said, yeah.
I have a theory that she was one of the people, like Ethan, like Sarah, who was, like, individually impacted by the demon world, whatever magics that be the voices, and her like, she did sh I don't think that she dealt with it like the way that Sarah did of just, like, listening or, like, trying to figure it out like some of the others. I think she might have actually gone a little crazy because of it and maybe shot people up or thought they were monsters and shot them or something. But I think she was
Okay.
one of the people that did hear the voices or had these visions or something.
Interesting.
And maybe that's
See,
where Jade's headed.
I'm more of the mindset of there was something foul in the water, and it's either I need to kill these people or they're going to kill us. And didn't discuss this with nobody else or nothing like that because that'd be too smart. And then ended up ending all these people, and then everyone's just looking at her like she's a mad woman.
Well,
Okay.
in your scenario, though, like, would you talk to someone if you were convinced that it was a you or them situation and, like
Oh, absolutely not.
yeah.
I wasn't saying that that was the wrong choice for her, but maybe from an outsider's perspective, she would look like a crazy woman.
Well, yeah, absolutely, but you said she didn't do the right thing and talk to someone, so I was just saying, I
No, I
wouldn't.
did I say that
Yeah.
didn't? I don't remember saying do the right
Well,
thing.
maybe not the right thing, but you said did the crazy thing and didn't bring it up to someone
Well,
first.
right, but if you're looking at it from an outsider's perspective, this is what I meant by the crazy thing. What
Yeah.
do you mean? I'd have shot people up anyway just for the funsies of it. I mean, who's really the monster here?
Excuse me? Hold up. Hold up, wait,
Lauren's
wait,
like,
wait, what?
not in my demon world."
Okay, not hanging out with Beans in our demon world, that's for sure.
Well, just don't stay after dark, because I'll be convinced you're a monster. I'd be so paranoid.
No, I'm
Oh,
I'm staying
yeah.
nowhere near you in the demon world if you're just like, "Huh, I'd shoot people up for funsies." Absolutely not me. Bye.
Would be absolutely concerned about if you have not been where you're supposed to be after dark and then you all of a sudden show back up, I'm gonna need you to explain it to me. Like, you need to walk
Mhm.
me to where you hid. Like, I need to know how you survived the night. Granted, again, before they had the talismans, they were out hiding in the woods and all that stuff. So, like, it is possible, but like, also, like, you better walk
Mm.
me through this.
I'd be so paranoid. I'd shoot first, ask questions later. Don't give
Okay,
me a
so
gun.
I
And
was just gonna say, don't give Beans a gun. Don't give me a gun either, I don't want a gun.
I'm gonna
Um,
stand by my stay the hell away from Beans in any apocalyptic scenario.
No, 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 no,
Oh, nope,
just
it's
once.
done. It is
You know what?
done.
You know what? That's fine. You have your zombie plan. I'll
Do.
be over here living the high life
You do that. I have
with
my zombie apocalypse plan. I'm
mhm.
sticking to it.
Yeah,
I
you
am
drink your bleach.
I'm not drinking bleach. What the fuck? Hell no. That was never part of my plan.
uh, I am very excited for you guys to see some of the upcoming episodes because it does we do get an answer to this situation in this season.
Okay, good. Good, good.
So that's yeah,
Good to
that's
Sorry
very
know.
sorry
nice.
for going so far off tangent with that.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
just
okay.
want to
It's
reiterate,
okay.
I will not be drinking bleach now or at any point in my life.
Good to know. Thank
Okay.
you for getting that
Well,
on the
and
record.
this is also just like in case someone says that I did not. It was murder.
Gotcha.
There you
Okay.
go.
Okay, so back to the show. Back upstairs, Kevin lets his monster girlfriend in. And they start to kiss and she shuts the window, she's like, "Yep, just me."
This whole scene was
Uh,
so much slower than I expected. I thought it was going to be like the grandma the moment the window opened. Crazy monster.
yeah.
Right?
Well, and when you brought that up that it's not that they're like immediately like they have more control over
Yeah.
It was
this.
me, yeah.
Yeah, where like it's not this immediate, you open the window, I'm the demon. It's like they are calculating.
They're so calculating. It's like when they were on the front porch outside with them and the demons stopped and let them get away. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot more to these demons than we've seen so far.
Yes. Yes. So she shuts the window to, kind of like,
Just
"See, I
just let
told
me
you.
in, not the others.
Yeah, it'll be fine." And they start to kiss, but, like, if you look at her face, it is the blankest face.
Eyes open kiss,
Yeah.
staring
And
into
then
his eyes.
yeah, it's creepy. And then she brings her arms to around his back, and she's rubbing on his back, and then all of a sudden they turn into claws, and she cuts his back, and he starts to freak out, and she bites his tongue off.
I
Blech.
I just really want to point out that the moment they started going in for a kiss, I was like, "She's gonna bite him during this kiss," and then she put her hand on his back, and I was like, "And those are gonna turn into claws." So I was like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
you guys are
knew
good
it."
at guessing the episodes.
Promise, I'm not watching them out of turn.
But yeah, so well, and like I do think it was really sweet of Monster Girlfriend to like murder him by herself, you know? Like she
Yeah.
killed him. She said, "Yep, you're just mine." And then, she cleans a little blood off her collar.
Tries to.
Uh Tries to. It's hard to get blood out of white.
Right.
Uh and then she goes back and opens that window.
I
Uh
I had like, I was so shocked by the whole window part of this because it was like, oh, when she walked in, I was like, "Oh, wow, she really wants to take on this house by herself, like, that's kinda cool." And then she goes to
Damn,
open it, and
okay,
I was just
monster
like, "Oh,
lady.
I didn't think that was allowed with the talisman," but I guess she's already on the inside, so that answered
yeah.
that question of, like, if somebody's inside, could they override the talisman? And that was a yes.
Yes. So then we cut back to Kenny and Jade. Kenny comes up to Jade's room to let him know dinner is ready. Says no and gets all pissy and like puts his pillow over his
Big
head and they
feelings. Big
big
feelings.
feelings and they yell a bit and then Tien Chen comes in and starts ripping into it.
I love these scenes that we get with these 3 because it just seems like such a family moment. Like, I know they're not actually related to him, but, like, Jade just
Yeah.
seems like the petulant brother who's just, like, angry about life, and Tien Shen's just
He's
phenomenal.
like, no.
Mhm. She's
She's
No
my
like,
child of
favorite.
mine. She has adopted that boy.
"Oh, 100%." And she is going to beat him into submission with a whisk or whatever she needs.
Well, and then she she it's funny that you call them petulant because that's what I have written here, that Tien Chen comes in and starts ripping into him, and he gets up and goes to dinner like a petulant child. Because he does, he's all pouty. Well, because she yells at him, basically, "Get down there." He's like, "I'm going." And then Kenny's like, "You better not take too long." And he follows after him all stomping and stuff.
Kenny's like the, smug older sibling that's just like, "Haha, you were in trouble, sucker."
He's
Told
like,
you
"Yeah,
mom was mad.
I've been through this before. I know what's up."
Right.
Uh, so back at Colony House, Fatima sees Trudy sitting by herself, and Trudy's looking pretty sad. And she says that she knows Fatima doesn't like her. And which is, yeah, it was like, oh, and then, Trudy Fatima's like, "No, I do," and like, "Yeah, it's fine." And Trudy says something. She's like, she doesn't think she'll get a party like this one.
Right.
She doesn't think she'll survive that long, which is really
I
sad.
literally had it pegged right when she was like, "I don't think I'll get a party." I was like, "Is she gonna die?"
We were like, "Oh, it's not Fatima, it's Trudy that's gonna die."
So Fatima, oh, and also Fatima gives her a sweater. So you guys were all like, Ellis is gonna think Fatima is dead.
Well, and it was just kind of like a sad interaction between the 2 of them, because like, it was so clear, like, we've seen Fatima talk about Trudy, it's just like, yeah, she doesn't really care for her that much, and so, like, Trudy being, like, all vulnerable and Fatima telling her, like, "Yeah, no, you are wanted, like, you are appreciated here," and it's like, well, we know that that's not necessarily true, and it just kinda, like, feels like someone trying to make someone else feel better even if they don't believe it themselves.
Yeah.
But I do think
Mhm.
she was trying. She was like, "Oh, maybe I should, like, change my ways and include her more, and I'm gonna
Yup.
start by giving her this sweater."
Yeah. And
The
like, and
sweater
that's,
that she really likes,
Yeah,
yeah.
her favorite one that
yeah.
she was hiding specifically from Trudy.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what it was too. That I think that Fatima had a little moment of like, ah, I'm kind of being a bitch
Right.
sometimes.
Like, this is the moment where I'm gonna try to be better.
Well, and because Trudy was like, I'm not gonna get a party like this one. So Fatima actually gives her sweater as an early anniversary present.
Yeah,
Like, you are gonna make it. Here's like my gift to you,
and
and
us watching
it's
it, yeah. Just like,
yeah, and
"Ooh, this doesn't bode well."
yeah, and it's a very sweet moment.
It
And
is.
Trudy's like, I'm gonna go off and I'm gonna find something to give you. Like that's what I'm gonna, because I want to give you something on your
I'm
anniversary.
gonna give you trauma.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, no, well, in fairness, Fatima doesn't get traumatized by it, we do.
True, true.
So at that point, Trudy walks off. Fatima's up there by herself. Julie walks up. Speaking of trauma, and she asks about the girl she was kissing, and Fatima says that Ellis is her person, and the thing with the girl is just fooling around. And then Julie asks if Fatima would kiss her too, and Fatima is very much trying to be nice and like, no.
Like,
She's
the
like, "Oh,
initial
uh-oh."
horrified look on her face of like, "Oh shit, this minor. You're
Yeah,
asking
no.
me to kiss her."
She's like, "Oh, you're a baby. You are a child.
Yeah,
No." And Julie very quickly backpedals and like takes off. She's like, "No, no, 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 no. I
bolts.
didn't mean it. Bye-bye."
"Mm,
Yeah,
just
no.
kidding,
It was a
LOL.
joke, it was just testing you.
I was just testing
Yeah.
Yeah.
you."
Oh, it was so such a teenage
Well,
moment of
and
like,
how many teenagers are like, anybody how many minors are in this town or in the colony house? Because like, we've really only seen a couple
That we
yeah,
know of.
that but still, just like, I don't know if, like, what was it? Megan is dead, and
yes.
then
She was like the only other child that
I know,
I
that's I'm like, I
know of.
can't think of any others, so, like, just, like, putting myself in Julie's shoes, like, she is being taken under the wing of these people, like, put in their room, sharing space with them, like, she's gonna form an attachment to them, and then seeing that I mean, just, like, Colony House in general, like, it seems like it's so relaxed, like, vibes, everyone shares everything, she's probably just like, "Okay, like, maybe I can be a part of this too,"
Right,
but
and,
it's
like, I
still
like you
no.
because you were nice to me, and nice to me
Right.
means that, like, and that I am confusing that with other types of feelings,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I think
yeah,
she's
no,
very confused, and, like, I feel bad for Julie.
I do too. I do too. As much as,
Hmm.
like, she drives me nuts
She
sometimes,
annoys the
I do
shit out of
too.
me, but I still feel bad for her.
Yes,
Right.
yes. So, back with Boyd and Katri, he shows Boyd the picture Sarah drew. He promises he never told any, because Boyd's like, "Well, yeah, okay, so you told somebody about the bag, they told Sarah," and he's like, "No, I didn't, and she's only been here a couple months, like, there's no way she could have known." And, Boyd is, he's like, he think like, she killed an old man and a child. Like
Oh, man.
yeah, well, and tried to kill a child. But Kadri counters that whatever it is part of the fabric of this place. The connection she has made makes her valuable in ways that they may not understand yet.
Which I
And
think is true.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
too. I think it's very smart to not just kill her and to, like, try to you gotta look at every angle.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta try to understand it.
She would
but
be
I
in a
do
cell for me, but she would be
yeah.
kept around. Yes.
But I do also understand why, like, there's, some adverse reaction because she's done some bad things.
Absolutely, which is why I said she would be in a cell if this was my town.
Yes.
But yeah.
So, and Katri tells him, if Boyd wants to put her in the box, he won't stop him. But they may be able to use her connection. And Father Katri suggests that Sarah and he go with Boyd on the journey so they can use the connection to their advantage. It says, so a priest, a sheriff, and a murdering psycho walk into a bar. And they both share a chuckle, and Boyd is on board. So back with Jim and Tabitha in the basement. She has dug one hell of a hole. Uh, that thing is so funny. Like, I don't know.
So judgy of it.
eh, yeah. Oh, I know. Well, that's fair. Like, but like also like I don't know. Like that can't just be a few days have passed. Like I feel like we're getting weird time cuts that like
I think she's just that strong. She dug this hole.
determined.
She's a strong, independent woman.
I mean, think about it. If you're not doing
She don't
anything
need no
besides
man.
digging.
Yeah.
No, I do think
She
a few
don't
days have passed. Absolutely.
she don't need no man or bobcat
She's
excavator.
she's dug like a 10-foot hole at this point anyway. So Jim comes down and, because she's been working hard and he starts giving her a back rub. He is trying to get him some at this
It was a
rate.
very sensual back rub. I was like,
Yeah.
buddy, you're still in a hole, but I get it.
Well, I mean, as parents of young children, you gotta get it where you can, I guess. I
Can
mean,
confirm.
yeah. Gonna say they made them kids somehow. Uh, but back at Colony House, Kevin is dead, and Monster Girlfriend has opened the window. Um, stupid ass
And
Kevin.
we did see when she opened the window in like the previous scene, like the camera panned out and showed a
Whole bunch of them
Yeah,
a
walking up.
bunch of them walking up to the house.
The
yeah,
milkman!
The milkman, yes, specifically the
yes.
Have you guys
milkman.
okay, quick tangent here. Have you guys seen The Swan Princess?
A
Old
long, long, long,
cartoon?
long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yes, where he's, like, answering the door, he's like, "It must be the milkman." As soon as I figured out that was a milkman, my brain is like, "It must be the milkman."
So Victor is up in his room upstairs, and Julie knocks and asks if she can come in because it's the only place she can be alone, kind of.
Victor doesn't count as a human being.
Yeah. He's like, "No," and then, like, he's like, "You look sad," and then he lets her in.
I
Honestly, good choice, Julie. Good
Yeah.
choice.
seriously, great choice, but also, like, I do find it funny that she has been like, "This guy's so creepy," and now she's like, "I wanna be alone with him in his room because he's the only one I can be with right now." It's like, "Girl, what?"
Well,
Yes.
I mean, in fairness, he is also, like, looking at it from an observational level here. He is not out there flirting and, with anybody else or anything like that. He's, like, hardly really interacting with anybody else. He's kind of a loner. I don't know, I might pick him too, even if I did
Oh,
think he was
Yeah.
weird.
I totally
Oh,
would wanna hang out with him because 'cause I'd be like, "You'd be quiet, I can do my thing, you'd be your thing, we'll just, like,
Yup.
coexist in
I would
quiet, it'd be great."
I would want Victor to be my bestie, and he wouldn't wanna be my bestie.
He would shut the door in my face, and I respect
Yeah,
him for that, and that would make me wanna be his best friend even more.
yes. 100%. So she asks him if, he's going somewhere because it looks like he's packing, and Victor says no, but it's hard to explain. So back to Jade, Kenny, and Tian Chen. Jade is, like, looking at that old book that he's got. They're downstairs at the dinner table, and he notices that 2 pages are stuck together, and there's
Who
actually
made
a
the joke? "Why are those sticky,
I did
Jade?"
it because
yeah, good lord.
I thought it was the book that he got from Kenny, so I was like, "Kenny, why are those pages stuck together?" You guys were like, "That's the old book." I was like, "Damn it. Never mind."
Still, I mean, a valid question.
It
But
still
funny
is.
Yeah.
nonetheless.
But in between those pictures, or in between those pages is a picture. And it's like some guy holding that book. And, so they come over to look at it, Kenny and Tian Chen, and Tian Chen grabs it, and she's like, "Victor." And then they both look at the picture, and they're like, "Oh." In the back, they see, like, the back of the little boy and Victor's lunchbox.
Young Victor, yep.
And, of course, we know
Mhm.
it's Victor because of the lunchbox, but also he's wearing basically the same outfit that he wears to this day.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
always in,
You
like, some flannel shirt and then jeans.
Yeah,
Always.
there's no way that boy is not Victor. That is the only feasible answer.
Hey, don't fix what's not broken in the
I'm
fashion world.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying there's anything wrong with it, I'm just saying we know it's him because he has not changed his style in the 40 years he's been around.
Where's he gonna get new clothes? The mall?
I don't know, all these other people seem to
Granted,
just have
he's
a
an adult
ton.
now wearing
I just
adult clothes, so he
Right.
got the clothes somewhere. But yeah, in all the other dead people picking through their clothes, he's like, "I got a style. If it's broke,
Does
don't
anyone see
fix
any
it."
flannel? I'll take it. That's Victor.
Yeah, but really, like, skinny person flannel because he is a beanpole. Uh,
Mhm.
Yes, lanky.
yes. So, back at Colony House, Trudy is walking through the house, talking to Meredith, her pillow. This is gonna be what she gives to Fatima, which is very sweet. And but then she hears laughter in one of the rooms, and we
Like
can
a
see
disturbing laughter too, like, it was like a
yeah,
manic cackle.
yeah,
Right.
and, like, we can tell that that's Monster Girlfriend, um, but she
We
doesn't
know who that
notice.
is.
And she's like, "Oh, what's so funny?" And then Monster Girlfriend turns around
Oh,
and
Trudy.
another monster shuts the door, and then there's a couple more in there, and they kill her, and she
Well,
should have
no.
screamed.
Yeah, I think you're, like, grazing over this a little too fast because, like, they shut the door and she just, like, immediately knows what's up. And
Yeah.
she's immediately like, "How did you get in here?" And they're just like, "Oh," like, they talk to her a little bit.
Well, they call her by name,
They
too.
call her by name and she's like, "How do you know my name?" And they say, "We know
We know a lot
everything
about
about
everything.
everyone."
Yeah.
So and I was at this point just like, "Trudy, you should be screaming because like, you're not gonna make it, but if you start screaming, other people will know that monsters are in here." And
Mhm.
yeah, that didn't
No,
happen.
she doesn't start screaming, and then but it's a very quiet scream when the blood starts falling on the pillow.
Yeah.
Poor Meredith.
I was just gonna
Um
say poor Meredith.
Yeah. It was just so sad because like, I thought well, no, I kinda knew she was gonna die after their interaction, but it was like, "Oh, like, we're reaching a turning point with her and Fatima, and then maybe it'll be okay," and no.
Yeah. So because you guys were like, "Oh, we're, like, gassing up on Fatima, how great she is, how, like, special
Right.
she is." But then all of a sudden, it was like, "Wait a minute, no, we got a turning moment for Trudy."
Yeah, the moment they had that conversation, I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, Fatima's gonna live, but Trudy, she
You know
dead."
what? I think my exact quote is, "How dare this show make me like her minutes before her death."
Right. Yeah, you definitely did say that. And, uh, one other thing with her death, though, is that, like, it showed that not only are, like, these monsters conniving in, like, getting into places, but also, like, they can set traps, and that's
yes.
concerning.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and
They
that's
can
the thing
stay
too.
hidden. Yeah.
And that I don't it said in one of the episodes previously where somebody was talking about it was Kenny. He's like, "They never run. They
Mhm.
never run because they don't have to," right? So,
Right.
like, that's part of it too, is, like, that's way more terrifying to have this monster coming for you that never like, isn't trying to run to get you. Like,
Right.
it's going to, like, it just because it knows. It knows it's going to get you.
I'm just saying if they ran, I would not be able to watch this with you guys. I'm so sorry. That would be it for me because I don't like things chasing, like,
Oh, fair.
oh, scares the shit out of me, and, like, this is still scary. I don't like them walking slowly because that's just creepy on a different level, but, like, mm, yeah, running
Yeah.
running would have me in tears.
No.
So So we're back to downstairs, and the old guy, who got punched in the face by Donna earlier, is complaining about that. I've been here longer than him. I deserve respect. And then all of a sudden, some blood drips on his hand, and he looks up, and it's one of the monsters, the creepiest of the monsters.
This is
Leaning over,
horrible,
smiling at him.
Yeah,
but
just like, ugh. That
But
guy.
also, just another thing about the monsters of, like, if he wasn't leaning over the railing, dripping blood on this guy, they could've stayed hidden for a while.
They could have stealthed some more.
So
But
I think this was intentional of, like, we want the chaos, the
yeah.
panic, and that's terrifying to me because, like, what is their end goal if it's not just like, "Oh, we wanna kill as many people as possible. We could do it
It does
stealthily, trap, do all this
go
shit." What does it mean?
it
Yeah.
does go back to what Donna said that they like to play.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
They like to
Yes. They
hunt,
don't
they like
want
to play, they like to torture.
Yep, they don't want the easy kill. They wanna, like, not only, like, physically, but mentally mess with you before.
Right.
Yeah.
I I
No.
Ugh.
I I don't remember if my conspiracy theory buddy made it out. I mean, yeah, he's kind of a douche nozzle, but, like, I hope he made it out so that way
He
somebody
does.
else can okay, good. So that way somebody else can be crazy with me.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
is a
he
jade
does.
not crazy conspiracy theory enough for you right now?
No, he's too logical.
Oh, I see, I see.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
So at this point, everybody starts screaming and they're in the house and they start ringing the bell and so this wakes up Ellis, who is sleeping it off upstairs. And Fatima goes to find him, but the monsters are coming down the stairs, so she takes off the other way. And Victor and Julie are like, "Okay, we gotta get out of here." And Victor's
Time
like,
to
"I'm
go.
fully prepared."
And
Here,
there's to note that, like, Victor's room is in the attic, so, like, they have
yes,
the most stairs to go down if they
yeah.
were to go take that route.
Yeah, but he's like, "We don't. Why are we gonna go down the stairs? I have this giant rope."
Which where did he
That
get
This
this fucking rope from?
this awesome pulley system here, which is just a rope.
Yeah, it was a rope that was fully knotted, and, like, he's like, "This is the bar that's gonna support that." Like, I feel like he's tested this,
I
like,
bet
he
he
is
has.
prepared. Yeah,
He has a go bag, he's got his panic plan, he has everything mapped out.
absolutely. You don't survive that long without having
Right.
contingencies.
Mhm.
Uh,
This whole ass man had a bug out plan.
yes. So, he, um he gives Julie a stack of drawings and he tells her, "Go out the window. I'll be right behind you." And she's freaking out a little bit, but he's like, "We gotta go." So she starts climbing down. Fatima finds Donna, and neither of them know where Ellis or Julie are. Donna wants to go back in. These monsters aren't taking my house, but Fatima tells her to get in the van and get these people out of here. You gotta follow protocol. So a van full of people drive towards town. Uh, Victor and Julie have finished climbing down a long ass rope. And Julie's like freaking out. She said, "We got to get to town." And then Victor sees the boy in white and says, "No, we've got to go into the forest."
And
And
she's
they
like,
have,
"Buh, buh, buh."
yeah, she's like, "That's where they live. We don't want to go in the forest. That's where they live." And he's like, "You've got to trust me. Like, just trust me here on this one. We got to go in the forest." She's like, "Okay." Which, like, yeah, of course I'm gonna trust Victor. He's been there longest. He's
Mhm.
survived.
Well, I think it's also, like, what is her other option? Because the van is gone. Like, what is she going to do? It's either, like, she's on her own or she goes with Victor, and I think the I mean, there's no other reason to to do anything else, like, you have to go with him.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so Ellis comes down the stairs and sees Fatima's sweater on a body in one of the rooms, and he thinks it's Fatima, and he goes in there all, upset, and then he sees Trudy's face. But one of the monsters, the creepiest monster of all, with his weird, like, I don't man, that guy just
Imma dub him Mr. Smiley.
yeah, he's
It
so
'Cause that
creepy.
that that
he's
feels
got
like
a
a
big
good creepy
mouth.
name for
He does
him.
have a big mouth. He's
He's
got a
just
big mouth, and he just got a big old grin on his face, and
he
it
was
scares the
made for
shit
this
out of me.
show. This or
Right?
Smile, the movies.
Smile.
I wonder if he's
Yeah,
in those because this Smile works for that as well.
it's true. Yeah, no, he's creepy. I don't like him. I remember when we were first talking about watching this, he like one of the pictures, like the promo picture up on the website was of his face, and I was telling you, I'm like, I hate that guy. I hate him. He freaks me out. I don't like him at all. But he's following him. So instead of like trying to get past him, Ellis chucks like a ottoman or something to the
Yeah.
window.
It was like I have to say, he's like still somewhat intoxicated. He just went through, like, this, "Oh my god, my girlfriend's dead" moment, and then, like, the relief of it not being her, but still sad because it's Trudy, and he sees that monster and just, like, immediate, no hesitation, chucks that ottoman out the
The
window and
clearest
jumps.
moment the
Yeah.
clearest moment of common sense.
I
Yeah.
I was so impressed because 'cause I'm like, "Damn," a lot of people would have, like, panicked, been like, "Can I get out the door? Can I do that?" Nope. Window
I
immediately,
would've.
second
I'd
floor,
have been
don't give a
monster
shit.
food.
I'd have been
Yeah.
dead.
Ellis was not playing when he he was like, "And I'm back on. I am sober."
He has his own bug out plan, and it's just throw something through the window and jump. That's it.
I'm getting out of here.
He didn't even
Well,
look
because
to see
now
if there were monsters outside. He was just like, I know I'd die if I stayed here, so I'm
yep.
out."
So he jumps, but he injures himself when he jumps off the roof. But Fatima immediately sees him. So like, luckily she was like pretty right there, and she runs to help him. And he's pretty injured, and he's like, "Leave me." And she's, "We're not leaving you." So monsters are chasing them, and she's like, "We got to get back in the house." And so they run back in the front room. So like in that house, there's like a mud room basically that's got doors that close off from the house and from the front door, and so that's where the talisman is normally hanging. So they shut the doors and the monsters can't get in. So that works, which is really nice.
Well, and it was just, like, such a scary moment too because, like, they didn't know if it was gonna work, and he even asked her, he's like, "How did you know that would work?" She's like, "I didn't," and she's, like, full on crying, like, the adrenaline's worn
Yeah.
off, she's just a mess, both of them are. It was
Mhm.
Yeah.
very, I think, like, a pivotal moment for them of just, like, we can't just coast on life anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah, I do think this was a bit of a wake-up call.
But another question answered about the talismans of, like, would they work in a smaller, like, if part of the house is breached, could you move the talisman to a separate room and be okay? And the answer is yes.
Yeah. Well, and,
Mhm.
like, she even said she's like, because of his dad, because of Boyd and the RV, that's what made her think of this. So it is like, yeah. But that is good to know. That's why, like, me and a talisman and an interior room are the
Right.
way to go.
Absolutely. Everyone's dying outside your room, not my problem.
Yeah, because 'cause I'm
I
gonna
don't even
barricade
know if
that
I
door
would
every night.
Right.
I don't even know if I would leave my talisman at home. Like, if I leave home, it is in, like, a bag with me just in fucking
See,
case I get
this
caught
is
somewhere else.
this is my dilemma because, like, I agree, like, I would want one on me at all times just in case. But what if you forget to put it up one night? So, like, I need a plethora of
Mm, good
talismans so
call.
that I can be putting them up everywhere.
The problem is
Fuck
there
the
aren't
other
that many
people.
talismans.
That's why I
Yeah.
said fuck the other people.
Well,
I
I'm
don't care.
wondering if you can make them, right?
But
Because
we still
it's a
need to figure that out.
talisman.
That was one of the questions that
Right.
Jim wrote is, "Can we make more?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like they have in the time that they've been there,
And I
that
bet
they've
people
been
have
able to
tried
make more.
whittling at rocks to make them. So it's very interesting. Maybe they need to be thrown in a faraway tree before they'll work.
Could be.
Could be.
Or
Speaking
the
of
little boy did say something that he saw the lake of tears.
yeah,
Maybe those rocks need to come from this lake,
Could be.
wherever it may be.
Yeah.
maybe. But speaking of faraway trees, back in the forest with Victor and Julie, Victor runs them to a faraway tree and tells Julie to get in, and Julie's like, "What?"
I'm
What is
sorry,
that
what?
gonna do? I'm not getting in this fucking tree.
She's like, "Get the fuck in the tree." Uh, and and then he tells her, "Tell your brother it started." And so she gets in, and she ends up teleported to that root cellar. So she
The
is
one
she
that
is
he came
safe.
out of that one night, if you remember.
Yeah, when he
When
was a
everyone was dead.
baby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So back in town, Boyd and Father Kotry have decided that they will go on the trip into the forest with Sarah when Donna drives up with the van. Boyd and Father Kotry get out or go out to get them inside, and Boyd's like, "Where's Ellis?" "No, I don't know. We got to get these people inside." And in like the dumbest horror show moment, Father Kotry just stands there processing things for a moment, and somebody says behind him, "Father," and he turns around and he gets cut in the face and throat by one of these monsters.
Freaking filleted.
And it was kind of a badass kill because he just takes one of his, like, claws and just I straight across the throat.
Yeah.
It was like a flourish. It was very beautifully done, for him. Father Kotri, what the hell were you doing? That was stupid.
Yeah.
Then why
Get
were
in
you even
the house.
But
outside?
also,
Why
like,
are
What do
you
you
everyone
in
was
want
a
me to
little
the house?
stupid
do?
in this situation because, like, why is the car still on the road? I would have been pulling that up to the front door, like, fewest number of feet between
Yeah.
car and safety. Get
Well,
them
and
out as fast as possible.
so, like, I don't need to come out of the house to, like,
No!
open the door for you.
No, why am I risking my ass? Like, no, absolutely
Holding the
not.
door going, "Let's go, let's go,
And if
let's
you're too
go."
slow when one's getting
Yeah.
close, sorry to whoever's left outside, I'm shutting the door. Yeah, so I thought that was stupid. And then also, like, when Boyd was like, "Where's Ellis?" and they say, "We don't know," he starts, like, moving like he's gonna head down the road to go find him. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
"What
okay.
are you gonna do?"
We've
Why
watched
are
one
we
of these monsters take a bullet. What are you really gonna do?
Yeah, which, yeah, again, like, when the one kills Father Khatri, Boyd, like, comes out and, like, shoots it and then pulls Father Khatri back in. But, yeah, like, that does the bullets do not do anything but, like, kind of, like, stagger them.
But, like, I don't even know if they
Mhm.
even do that because when we saw the first one get shot, he just, like, kept smiling standing there, like, he wasn't even moved an inch. Like,
Yeah.
maybe this one was a little bit, but, like,
Well, I mean, I think it, like, did move where the impact was, like, the shoulder moved or
yeah,
whatever. Like, so it's like, physics still work on these things,
a little
but
bit, but, like, ugh.
Kinda.
yeah, no. So, yeah, so Father Khatri, after all that, after pouring his heart out and knowing, like, this was not how was supposed to end,
He
uh,
specifically, he says, "My path." And it's like,
Right.
yeah, and so he's bleeding out and, Boyd prays with him as he's dying, and it's a very sad scene, but it is very good that he told Boyd about Sarah before he died.
Right. I was
yes.
like, "Thank God he at least told somebody who killed the old man
Otherwise,
and all the
somebody
other
gonna go
shit."
down to that basement and be like, "The fuck?"
Well, she'd probably die by the time someone thought to look, because like, they might not even know about the basement.
That's true. That's true. So that is the end of the episode with Father Khatri passing away. An unknown number of people dying in the colony house from this monster attack. Boyd just going through it again. Yeah, just yeah, it is a rough episode. A
It was a
lot
good
happened.
episode, though, because a lot happened, and I was like, "Finally, we get to see more monsters in action," which is hilarious coming from me.
Eh,
But I'm curious to see if the number of deaths matches up with the number of graves that a certain someone dug.
that's true. Yeah, thanks, Victor.
Ooh.
Thank
Digging the
you.
graves.
But, like, did he know the number or just, like, have a good assumption, or was
Well,
he
I
just
I think he thinks everyone's gonna die
and they
except for
still
him.
might.
Yeah, like, cause right now, like, even this, he's like, "It started." Like, this isn't even the thing. This
Right.
is "it
This is the
started" to
beginning.
Victor.
Right. And
So,
I'm curious because he had said that he hadn't seen the boy in white for a long time, and now he's actually seeing him again because Ethan, I assume that that's connected. Um,
I don't think Victor saw the boy in white except for after the 2 cars came before. So, again, the 2 cars came, and then Ethan has seen him, and then I think that the reason that Victor is now seeing the boy in white again is because he's remembering stuff.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Like, that is my personal thought on it. That, like, because now he's kind of tapped into part of these blocked memories of his, then it opens him up to the space.
Right. I cannot wait to see more of these blocked memories though, because we all know that
Me too.
well, I assume it's pretty common in shows like this of like blocked memories is due to trauma or something that you're not ready to process at the time. So,
Yeah.
what was so bad that you blocked out, buddy?
Yeah. I can tell you that there is a lot more to Victor's story, that you guys will be very interested in.
That is not a spoiler at all because I think we
No,
both
because
assumed
Yeah.
that.
I
I
already
just
assume that.
I can
Yes.
forewarn you that it will not be very soon, though.
Oh.
There will be
Well,
other parts of other stories happening.
that's fine. I don't need to know things right away. I can be patient.
I can't.
But also we can
I'm
just
going
finish
to, but I
watching this
can't.
like
But
real fast, right?
as a fun side note, you do get to find out about Ellis's mom in the next episode.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
So that does like I'm glad that they kind of did that because we've been alluding to her a lot, and it's
Yeah.
like, we need to answer this a
Yep.
little.
So, like, we gotta go. Let's go watch that.
Yeah. Well, before we
Bye.
go, any other theories other than some on Ellis's mom? Any other theories about the place? Any other theories about what's gonna happen next?
I feel like we've gotten into this habit of talking about our theories, like, as things come
Yeah.
up in episodes. So,
Yeah.
like, when we get to the end, I'm like,
Well,
"No, my mind is empty, thank you."
what about this? What do you think Boyd is going to do next? Because we've kind of left at this like, "Oh shit" moment, right?
I think he's gonna
Yeah,
go get Sarah and
we don't have the buffer anymore, which was Father Khatri.
yeah.
Mhm.
I do
I
think
think
he's
I
gonna go
think he's
talk to
gonna make
Sarah,
her go.
and I
Yeah, I think he's
I
gonna
don't think he's
make her
gonna have to
go.
make her. I think she's gonna wanna
Yeah,
go.
no, she's probably gonna wanna go, but,
Yeah.
like, he's gonna go there with the mindset of, "You're coming with me," and she's probably gonna be like, "Yeah, bro, I am."
I
O
think he
Okay.
might go to
okay.
her with a, "It's either this or the box" kinda deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Interesting.
I do think that this is gonna shake Colony House
I
to a broken level.
I might not have mentioned this on this podcast, but when we were watching it, I said, "Well, maybe everyone can have a bed now." Um,
Oh, I forgot you
sorry,
said
but they were
that.
they were all sleeping on the floor. Like, maybe they can all have a room. Come on. Uh,
No,
um,
yeah. I no, and that's fair too about Colony House. I mean, like you think you have a place that's safe, and then something
and then an incel
happens.
shows up.
Fuck yeah, incels, man.
No, but, I do think that somebody else is gonna go with them. It's not just gonna be him and Sarah. So, I don't know who that 3rd person or more will be. Maybe Jim, but also not? I don't know.
Okay.
But, yeah, I think someone else is gonna go with them.
All right. Well, I won't force you guys to talk any further.
Yeah, I've
Will
talked
let you
enough. I'm
watch the next
tired.
episode. But thank you everyone so much for listening to Ope. I found a weird show, and we look forward to recapping more of this of the TV show From for you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.